Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So more things is currently updated in the press now about Manchester United. This is about Antonio Martial and David De Gea. Reportedly we know that they're coming to the end of their contracts at the current end of the season, as we all know, but reportedly we know Martial's basically refused a contract offer before. Martial's agents been in discussions have been discussions and negotiations of trying to secure him a new contract at Manchester United, because we know he's in absolutely fantastic form. He's Martial, he scored 5 goals now in his last 4 games. We know Romelu Lukaku's been absent from the squad, he hasn't been playing lately, so Martial and Rashford have been potentially, playing his current position, but reportedly Martial and David De Gea, David De Gea especially, is refusing at the moment to sign this new contract extension with Manchester United. This is due to Alexis Sanchez. This is due to currently the wages he's receiving at Manchester United. Alexis Sanchez, this is currently, he's the highest paid player in English football and in the Premier League. He's currently receiving £500,000 a week. David De Gea is demanding a pay rise. He's demanding a wage increase of around £300,000 a week if he's to sign this new deal. But this is all down to Alexis Sanchez, because currently the negotiations going on about Manchester United securing David De Gea Martial a new contract, but they're using Alexis Sanchez's wages as a guide in the negotiations or something like this. But it's basically said in the press David De Gea has refused to sign a new deal at the moment due to Alexis Sanchez's wages he's currently receiving at the club. But yeah, Antonio Martial, as I said, his agent and his representative have been in negotiations signing a new contract. He refused the previous one before. We know he's been in absolutely fantastic form. He's been here since 2015 as the player as well. He will be demanding a higher pay rise as well. Antonio Martial. We know Tottenham have been linked to him and Chelsea have been linked to him during the summer. His representative said he'd wanted to leave. Mourinho says he wants Antonio Martial to stay at Old Trafford. I think Martial wants to stay at Old Trafford as well. But at the moment, he hasn't signed that new contract. He's got good young talent, fantastic experience. Also getting his name on the score sheet yesterday, which was very, very good indeed. As I said, also experience with Monaco and Lyon, but potentially David De Gea. Reportedly, Juventus have been linked with him. Have been linked with him. We also know Real Madrid had been linked to him. Obviously, till they got Courtois, and then basically Real Madrid had snubbed their interest in the player. He's got experience of being in Spain. He was very, very good with Atletico Madrid, and he has been at Old Trafford since 2011. This is his 8th season now in the process with Manchester United, but he does have the option to extend his contract till 2020. He has not done this yet. He is refusing at the moment. It did say last week Mourinho wasn't too confident he was going to sign this extension. David De Gea basically said he was surprised by the comments, and he was focusing on his football rather than signing this contract as well for Manchester United. And potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. As I said, he's won everything here as well. But reportedly, David De Gea is refusing to sign this new deal, due to the wages that Sanchez is currently receiving at Old Trafford. There has been talks. Basically, Mourinho has spent £360 million since he's come to Old Trafford on 11 players. About £1 billion in all the managerial areas. But it's basically saying in the press, if David De Gea is to leave, as I mentioned on one of my other videos, that Manchester United have hired a replacement out for him, Matt Ryan, the current Brighton goalkeeper. He's on a 3.5-year deal with Brighton. Reportedly, if David De Gea does leave, and we don't sign him that new deal, and he comes to an end of his contract, he will leave. He could leave basically on a free transfer, could De Gea, if he doesn't sign this new deal soon, when he comes to an end of his deal. Matt Ryan's been mentioned in the press. He's Brighton goalkeeper, 3.5-year deal, as I said. Brighton got him in 2017 from Valencia for for £5 million. He was also at Club Brugge for a couple of years as well. Also was at Genk on loan. Also was at Blacktown City as well. The Brighton goalkeeper. I think since he's been at Brighton, he's made 40 odd appearances. He's 26-year-old. We know in the goal we've got De Gea, we've got Lee Grant as a second choice goalkeeper. One of the signings that Mourinho purchased in the summer, but we only spent £60 million. It was a shame we didn't get an attacker in there, to lead the lines with Lukaku. Shame we didn't get a central defender in there as we need, because you can see the problems in our central defensive line. We've conceded 18 goals in 11 Premier League games. Last season we conceded 18 in a 25th game, so you could see that we've got defensive problems in that team. But we have spent a lot of money. We have got a good squad. It was a disappointing summer window. Compared to other teams, Liverpool spent the most money. They spent 170 odd million pound on players. I think this is Klopp's, is it third season or fourth season, something like that. In like 6 transfer windows, Klopp spent nearly 400 million pound at Liverpool. Very, very good pedigree, Borussia Dortmund. I think they're real good, real title contenders this season. They've got Salah and Firmino and Mane. Fantastic front three of Liverpool Football Club. Arsenal spent okay in the window. They got quite a few good players in. Chelsea spent 122 million pound, I think, in this last summer window as well. They've got very, very good players as well. Mbappe's going that. But yeah, guys, as I said, Matt Ryan has been mentioned in the Jose Mourinho basically now. Oh, it just crashed there. Sorry guys about that, I apologise. So we know Jose Mourinho has missed out on a lot of potential targets since he's come to the club. The summer he went for Harry Maguire, who signed a long-term deal with Leicester. He went for Toby Alderweireld. Mourinho missed out on him. But all of a sudden now, the board have faith in Mourinho. They're starting to back Jose Mourinho now. As cooling for the Newcastle game, basically he was on the verge of getting sacked by Manchester United. This is our worst start to the season, for a long time. But he said before this, Newcastle game, regardless of the result, Mourinho was going to get sacked. Now the board are looking to back Jose Mourinho. Reportedly he's going to get £100 million spending spree in the January window. Jose Mourinho's still convinced we can get the top 4. He's got a good pedigree. He's won titles everywhere he's been. So hopefully, some pundits can believe he can turn it around at Old Trafford, as I really do hope. Just like smoking myself. But yes, as he said about Jose Mourinho, the board are ready to back him. He's going to get around £100 million spending spree. As he said in his press conference yesterday after the Bournemouth game, he knows where the problems lie in that defensive line. He said Bournemouth took control of the first half. He basically said Bournemouth, could have been 6-2 up at half time. As he mentioned in his conference, he said basically Herrera had changed the game around when he came on in the second half. He isn't really featuring that much under Jose Mourinho, as he did under Louis van Gaal. We have had him since 2014. Mourinho basically said we've come to a more of attacking approach. This is why we're conceding more goals. He said basically the Bournemouth game was a game of both halves. Yesterday he said Bournemouth, could have been outside at half time. He said we improved very, very well in the second half. As he said in the press conference, he's also given us an update that Romelu Lukaku may not be fit enough to feature in the Juventus game on Wednesday. We know he hasn't scored in like 9 games or so now for us. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens about that. I will be currently doing a preview leading towards that game as well. But Mourinho said in his press conference, he praised some players. He's praising Martial for his fantastic results. It was good to see Rashford
scoring the 92nd minute stoppage time. Good to see two young age talents get the name on the score sheet. They are two fantastic players. Rashford's been here since in the academy since at 7. He's risen up the ranks fantastically well. Martial's been absolutely fantastic. Since he's come to the club. Absolutely fantastic young age talent. Um, but yeah, this is what he said in his press conference. It was a game of two halves, as I said. He said Bournemouth totally took control of the game. He said defensively, Manchester United were awful. In the first half especially. We've, we are leaking a lot of goals, and that's why we need a strong central defender in there. I think Lindelof slightly improved since he's come to the club. About Phil Jones, we've had him, we bought him from Blackburn 2012, 17 million. I think this is his 6th, 7th season, something like that now, Manchester United. We know he's had injury problems since he's come to the club. These reports that he will be that there will be discussions within the next month or so about him getting that 12-month contract extension at Manchester United, because he's currently coming to an end of his contract as well. I think he's only featured in 2 games this season for United as Phil Jones. But there's a few players at United that are coming to the end of their deals, and Manchester United need to sort all this out. We've got also Mata coming to an end of his deal, a player since we've had since 24. I think he's a very, very good player, he's very, very consistent as Juan Mata. But yeah, Jose Mourinho's also looking, for a striker, to lead the lines with Romelu Lukaku. For me, I'd love Aguero, very, very good pedigree with Atletico Madrid, very, very good with Manchester City, very, very good player indeed. I'd love him at Manchester United. I'd love Griezmann at Manchester United, who Jose Mourinho missed out on a year or so ago. Due to Atletico Madrid's transfer ban, we didn't get him. Very, very highly experienced in Spain, with Atletico Madrid and Real Sociedad. Very, very good for France as well. I'd have loved him. Ivan Perisic, I'd have loved on that left-hand side at Manchester United, highly experienced, good in the air, very good two-footed player. I'd have loved him at Manchester United as well. So we'll just have to see what happens in January regarding the transfers. There will be discussions going on. The board are backing in now. We'll be having discussions with Ed Woodward about, plans for the January window. I don't think Jose Mourinho will be getting sacked now. So can Jose Mourinho turn it around? We've got 2 wins out of 2 now in the league, which is very, very good indeed. Sanchez also, as I said, hasn't really made an impact since he's come. He got on the assist yesterday. So he could be leaving within 12 months, could Alexis Sanchez. It did say in the press a couple of days ago, PSG are preparing to put a bid in for Alexis Sanchez. PSG were linked to him last year or so. So too Manchester City were linked to him as well. Obviously, he's the highest paid player in the Premier League. Manchester City were not willing to pay the wages he was demanding to go to City, but Manchester United were willing to pay the wages, and he is getting his £500,000 a week. Plus add-ons are involved in the deal. We've only had him since January. He was involved in a swap deal. With Mkhitaryan, and he's only scored 4 goals, since he's come to Manchester United. He's had experience of being in Italy with Underneath, and he's had experience of being in Spain with Barcelona, and he's Premier League proven. He did it with Arsenal for 4 or 5 years or so under Arsene Wenger as well. Alexis Sanchez, but he hasn't really made an impact since he's come to United. We know he's versatile, he can play numerous positions, but he mainly does, deploy in that number 7 position. So PSG may be going for him at the end of the season, according to what it said in the press. So yeah, and also there's been talks about Paul Pogba could potentially make a return back to Juventus. He risen up the ranks. Manchester United in the youth academy. Then went to Juventus for 4 or 5 years or so, made 178 appearances, won honours there. Manchester United got him for £89 million. He hasn't really made an impact since he's come. He has had disputes with Jose Mourinho. He's come out in the press and called Juventus his home. Manchester United is his home as well. So he could, potentially, I don't think he'll leave. I don't think Manchester United will be willing to offload Paul Pogba. But these other midfielders out there, Aaron Ramsey's coming to an end of his deal soon. Arsenal refusing to sign him a new deal with Arsenal as well. Very, very good box-to-box midfielder. Very, very good box-to-box midfielder. Aaron Ramsey, I'd love him at Manchester United as well. Up front, I'd love the Aubameyang, leading the lines with Lukaku. Very, very good number 9 indeed. Very, very good with Dortmund. And now he's very, very good at Arsenal as well. He's in fantastic form as well. But yeah, the main part of this video is now about De Gea. He's not signed this new contract extension yet. There has been negotiations. Mourinho's not too confident that he will. He said a week or so ago. David De Gea is focusing on his football at the moment, but reportedly Jude and Martial's included as well. Jose Mourinho wants him to stay. Martial, I think, wants to stay. He's in fantastic form at the moment. As I said, good United talent. He'll grow and develop, and he'll get better and better and better. As your young players do. But yeah, this is all due to Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez basically is the interference in David De Gea signing a new deal and Antonio Martial signing a new deal, because this is currently it's currently David De Gea is refusing currently because the wages that Alexis Sanchez is currently receiving. De Gea is demanding £300,000 a week, so he's demanding an extra 75,000 add-on in his current new contract if he signs this new deal with Man United. So we'll just have to potentially see what happens in that as well. Jose Mourinho's admitted we still have to spend to compete, especially with the likes of the European teams, as he's admitted. But yeah, we'll see what happens as well. So anyway, guys, Juventus on Wednesday. We'll be doing the preview for that game, as I said. Also, Jose Mourinho, is also, we're linked to the likes of Rafael Varane from Real Madrid. He's been at Madrid since 2011. Made quite a few century appearances. He was very, very good in the 2014 World Cup, nominated the Best Young Player award. 2018 as well, he played every minute of 2018 FIFA World Cup. Did Rafael Varane, but Real Madrid obviously were reluctant to sell the player. One of the press in the last couple of weeks has come out that Florentino Perez from Real Madrid is wanting Mourinho back at Real Madrid. So there has been potentially rumours going on about that in the press as well. So anyway, guys, I'm going now. That's everything to do today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribers, always take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye.